All right, let's do this. This is an actual morning commute. Haven't had one of these in a little bit. I got called in early to work. But I can use the overtime, so let's do this. So I started my stream early last night. I was going to stream for 2 hours, but because I started an hour early, I was going to end it at 2. A lot more traffic. Of course, there's a lot more traffic. And my internet decided it was going to have different plans. Now, I don't know whether it's because I got the faster speeds or what. But it's kind of crazy. Stop and get gas. Hopefully this continues to work. Got gas. We're ready to go. What I was even talking about. But yeah, I was talking about the crash last night. So about an hour and change, very little change. The stream cut out right before I finished. Making the pew pew emote, which I wanted to unveil on Blue Sky. Just couldn't have it, and then it came back on for like a second. I started to try to finish it because all I had left to do was just make the emote, and it went out again, and I was just like so when I came back on, I quickly wrote a message on Blue Sky, saying what happened, and already started to try to move over to do the export. Good thing about doing an export from Twitch to YouTube is it doesn't go to my computer. So if my internet goes out, it still loads. So that's a plus and a half. So I right before work did the emote. And posted that as well with the video. Yay! So we got a twofer in my messages. So originally I was going to do a pew pew with guns, but I decided to do a pew pew with shooting webs, and that it came out pretty cool. I am going to do the kiss. My kiss emote is also going to be Spider Bean. I'm going to do a dance emote that's going to be so is Q pool better than bean pool? I've been debating that. Been debating the whether it's Q pool or bean pool. I think I'm gonna go with Q pool. Q pool. That was my original name for it. Everything had Q in it. It was Spider Q, all that stuff. But I think Spider Bean is much better. But yeah, so Super Bean, Bat Bean. Originally, it was Bat Q. Which, Bat Q doesn't. Bat Bean is so much better than Bat Q. And I think that's the reason why I started with the bean stuff. And it all goes into my my marketing of beans. So that's why I'm like going, should it be bean pool? I'm going to go with Q pool. So I'm going to do a dance. There's going to be a dance emote. My dancing emote is going to be with Q pool. Emote. And all my files are all over the place. I gotta reorganize everything. I gotta get everything, back to doing one thing. happy with how it turned out. I'm glad I have a pew pew. Emo now. Oh, the animated emotes on the stove. I think that I have to resize them all, make them all a lot smaller, because I run into a situation where the emotes themselves are just too large, I think, because it ended at like, I think I have 10 animated emotes, and I'm like, but there's like 6 of them that are like, you know, like 20 megs big, so. Bigger. I don't even know how big they are. They could be 100 megs. So we're gonna have to shrink everything down. Shrink it all down. I was running into this problem like right away, and I shrunk a bunch of them down to try to fit them, and now I'm like at the point where nothing else fits. I think that's where it boils down to. I think I only have in the emote pool on stove, we only have this, and I have 2. No, I have. Do I have 3? Yeah, I have 3. I have 3 cake shakes left to do before. Yeah, I have 3 cake shakes left to do before I have everybody who followed me to Stoke, which I'm really happy with the fact that I got 6. I now have 6 people. 6 people that followed me from Discord. Or found me through Blue Sky. But I'm definitely not going back to Discord. I know after 8 years, you know, 8 years is a couple of years, you know, under my belt, and yeah, I got a few years under my belt on Discord, and it's just like, I have to tell you, I'm tired. It's like, you know, I never deleted my MySpace page. I I never deleted my MySpace page, and I never deleted my Facebook, which are my kind of equivalents to this. To Discord, it's really what I thought Discord was. Facebook, not Facebook, Twitter has always been like the kind of the mass, to get out to the masses. And I love the fact that it was always this kind of place where I could advertise everything and garner and get and have a lot of followers. If they want like the cliff notes of me, they got it through Twitter. And I'm really using Blue Sky for the exact same thing. That it's going, Blue Sky is most likely going monetizing. I'm hoping that I can just, kind of skate by without monetizing. It'll be like that. Wonderful person come in last night, asked me if I had a cold. If you've been watching these videos, you know that I had literally the nastiest flu. It's the reason why my videos are kind of like I'm a little. There's a few less videos than there should be. And the reason for that is because I had the flu, and I was getting over it, and I'm hoping that I'm not getting sick again. These major weather changes have been like, ugh. And the rain yesterday was just awful. And of course, I guess it was maintenance or something like that happened. They basically killed my stream. Probably wouldn't have even noticed until if I was streaming regularly, because everything probably came back up and was working around 1 o'clock anyway. No, I probably would have noticed. It probably would have. It might have shut down the stream. I don't know. I can't think about what might have been. Doing these I think I just needed the excuse, and doing animated emotes has always been on the docket. I mean, and it was supposed to be the slimes originally, and I started. Doing kind of the slime wiggle. I never completed it. Maybe I'll go back and visit it one of these days. I have, like 1,100 slimes, and we might go back and start slime time again. Maybe. Because that would be kind of fun. Fun to do, fun to have. And I'll always have plenty of emotes that aren't animated for Twitch. So I don't see what the issue might be. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go back in. I'm gonna have to delete all my emotes, and I'm gonna have to redo them up and do them very small, and see if that actually changes it, because I'm actually unable to do any more. Do things backwards sometimes. Make more work for myself in the long run, but sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. I might redo my bonk. And I was thinking of, either adding in for the, I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't just make the emote like I did this morning. Maybe, I don't know. Just because I wanted to add in the word cloud. I wanted to do pew pew or throop. Which would be TH WIPH soup. I think there's an O in there. I don't know how I would spell it. Pew pew is just pew pew. Pew 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 pew. I love it. I love it. that's where we're at, and I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with the direction we're going in. Like I said, I got 3 cake shakes to do, and I am probably going to just get her done. Maybe I'll do that tonight if I'm not too tired. We'll find out. We'll find out what I feel like tonight. And secretly, only a few people really know that. I mean, you're gonna know because you're in on the inside. But yeah, I would love to do for others. There's been a few that kind of exploited it. I didn't understand why. Because they never watched my streams. They never, they obviously had no idea. Obviously, they've never watched the Morning Commute, but because I will say this, because I was active on Discord and they were active on Discord, they because it was only Discord for them. They were able to utilize that, and they got a lot of different art pieces out of me, and I think that's one of the reasons why they were mad when I left, because and I understand being upset. I definitely understand it, but blaming me and trying to gaslight me, not the best path to go when you're dealing with somebody who's giving you free art. But it's like they were in on the secret and they didn't even realize it, and they kind of abused it, and I allowed it, and I gotta stop doing that. They might have set the tone for future pieces. Cool beans in the comments below. It doesn't have to be cool beans. It can be whatever you want. You're the most important. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. And we will talk soon. All right. Bye.